Hey y'all. Okay, so I went to go and glue all this down, and I was gonna start on some other ideas and record that and show y'all with this, but I thought about it, and because I'm doing some other things, and instead of doing it and then explaining it, I thought I would just go ahead and record it. And what I'm thinking is keeping this journal as like my new journalers or beginner friendly type journal. So anything I do in this one, I'll just record it and I will label it that way. And I'll keep everything kind of simple. So it'll be like super beginner friendly, all the stuff that I do in here. So I went ahead and stopped, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you a few things of how I'm going to put this together. This is the one that, this is the journal from the video that, what did I say? Like, this may be the easiest journal or something like that. It's from that video. And in that video, I showed you how I come up with this little setup for the cover. And I was going to glue it down, but I went ahead and stopped. So if you haven't seen that video, you can watch that one and then come to this one. And this is going to be like my beginner friendly series journal. We'll do all of that in this one. So what I changed up some things. Let me go ahead and move all. This part hasn't changed. I did go ahead and ink everything up, and I ripped this up a little bit. I ripped up that one a little bit, and I went ahead and put some foam tape on the back of that butterfly there, and then I changed out the key because I felt like there was too much green, so different key. So what I want to do, the original setup was like, I had to rip this page because it wasn't big enough, but you're not going to see that rip because it's going to layer like that. But because of the way it ripped, it has like this little indent, and I thought that would be really cute to make this a pocket. But this page is really thin, and it cracks and rips easy. So I have this little scrap, and I ink the top right there. I'm not going to rip this up, but what I'm going to do is glue this down like this, and it'll give that one, like support, and it's going to be a pocket. So I will glue this down like that, and like this will all be glued down, and glue it down like that. Let me see, I should have grabbed me like a little example thing. Here we go. Let me grab one of these little tags. So then we can have a pocket right here on the front of the cover. And also I was gonna put a pocket on the side. I love putting like kind of like hidden pockets on my cover. And what I usually do is put, like, I will just glue down the 3 sides here, and I will make this one like a side loading one. And I'll have something in there that's kind of like, like that, and you can have a little thing on it. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me grab my glue, and I need some tape. So what I'm going to do first is take my layers and just kind of sit it to the side. And this is like my main base layer here to mat the cover. Also, I didn't tell you this part, but in the last video I had this plain. I went ahead and roughed up the edges on this one and this. I did it front and back, like it's all the way inked, and I ripped the edges up a little bit. It's, just a personal preference. If you don't like that, you don't have to do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is tape, well, if I can get it open here. I'm only going to put it on 3 of the sides of this. Make sure that's the right way. I guess there's really no right or wrong with that design, but I just want it that way. So I'm going to put tape on this side too. And you can use tape or glue or whatever you have. I'm just using this because it's, I feel like it's faster. Make sure you mush it down so it'll have a good hold. Hopefully I can get at least the covers. I don't have an idea for the back cover yet, but I do have an idea for the front inside cover. So I may go ahead and do that one also in this video. Okay, so just those 3 right there, and all of that is open. So it's like a hidden, and you don't have to put anything if you don't want to. Sometimes I'll make that a pocket and then I won't even use it, but the option is there if I want it. And you don't have to rip your page if you have one that's like big enough, whatever size you're doing. With this paper, I'm going to use the glue because I want to make sure that I get really close to that edge. So whenever I go to slide stuff, it doesn't, it don't catch on that right there. So I'm going to make sure I get all the way to that edge on this part especially. And you don't have to be real heavy with the glue on this part. That like well, you might have different paper, but this paper will stick with just the slightest amount of glue. It's really thin, really old, and I don't want it perfect, but I do want to be able to see it. And you could have made this a top pocket up here too if you wanted, if you don't want like a side pocket. And I'm not going all the way to the edge on here, so that way the edges can kind of crinkle up, you know, like this. Like with wear and tear, they'll be able to roll up and move. Okay, so here's like that centerpiece, and it'll just barely be peeking up like that. And I think what I'm going to do is put a tape down here just to make sure, because I don't want to spend most of my time gluing. So we'll do it like this. Wait, did I just do that wrong? I just did that wrong. Okay, so don't put your tape on that side. What was I thinking? I'm thinking I'm putting it down. I'm putting it to this side. Okay, you don't want to do that. You want to put your tape on this side. I'm so used to putting it on the other side, and I wasn't even thinking. And I need new tape, but I can still use what is left on here. That's so silly. I don't know why I did that. Okay, now that I got it right, oh, I think I just bumped y'all. And I'm not sure where it's going to fall. I think the best way to do it will to be to put glue, because I have the tape here, so I'm going to put the glue on this part right here. That way I know it will it'll catch. And then I'm just going to put a line on either side there. Okay. And then just try to line it up. You know what? I'm going to put, oh. So I just want it peeking a little bit like that. Okay. And pretend that tape ain't there. And so now what we're going to do is just do the bottom and the side. Am I even in the thing? Okay, yeah, y'all can see me. Okay. And you can see I'm not being perfect with this because it doesn't matter. The tag I want to put in here is going to kind of hang over, so I'm not worried about how far down it needs to go. And then you're just going to line this on here however you want. I'm kind of just pretending that y'all are following along with me and y'all are making one of these with me. That's what I'm going to do. Or that's how I'm going to think of it. So that way, hopefully, I don't skip, any steps or, do a whole bunch without showing y'all. Okay. Now comes the fun part. We're going to add this here and put all of our layers. This works best with the Fabri tack. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to kind of put it in random areas because I'm not quite sure where I want it. I have to kind of play with it once I get it on here. So just kind of guess in an area. Let me get that on there. Oh, that's messy. I need to clean that tip. And then this is a part where you just have to kind of play with it. And I like it a little crinkly. I don't want it to be completely flat. I like it to have a little bit of some dimension to it, a little bit of ruffle to it. But I do need to spread it out. Let me see how big she is. Okay, so that's looking good like that. And if you put it like right here, have somewhere there's not anything there with the Fabri tack, you can just wipe it up and then go like this. And then it goes away. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of mush it like that. And I'm going to lay her right here. That right there. And that popped up like that, I believe is how I'm going to do that. Okay. So, I think I need the Fabri tack again. And I'm using this only because it's going to be glued to this instead of straight paper. Maybe I can do this before that starts leaking on me. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, see, this is what it'll do. It just starts pouring out. Hurry up and use that up. And bring that one down a little bit. And I put the, this is what, I just have a cheap roll from the Dollar Tree of the foam tape. And so I put a little piece on the back. So I'm going to take that off. And it is sticky, but, oh, there it goes again. It is sticky, but I'm going to go ahead and put Fabri tack anyway, just so that I know it is going to stay. That is way too much Fabri tack. Hold on, I'm going to scrape a little bit off, because I don't want it to go everywhere. Okay. And put the butterfly like that. And then the key. I'm going to put the key on last, like right before, so that way I can just let it sit, because it's going to need more time. So we can put that on at the very end. What I'm going to do right now is show y'all my idea for the front, though. I mean, not the front. This is the front. For the other... Oh, also, I pulled these out. I got that from TEMU. It was in my TEMU haul. And I was thinking about these little bitty tiny, like the ivory colored ones. I thought maybe it might be cute to put a few in her hair, like the little bitty one, but we'll come back to that. And I did get some flowers. These are also from my TEMU haul. And I was thinking about maybe putting a couple just randomly on here. And again, that will be something I would do at the very end. But I'm trying to remember. I'm keeping them pulled out because I'm trying to remember to come back to that. So, okay. And then now we have a little pocket here too. So we have the side pocket, and then we have a little one here. And my idea for the tag for this is to make like a cluster tag, and then have, like it'll have a couple of layers. Like, oh, I thought I had one over here, but let's just pretend. Well, that one's kind of big. That ain't going to show you. I need something. Okay, this might work. Okay, so pretend this is the tag. This piece would be smaller. The piece going on top is going to be smaller. So one will go like in there like that, and it's all going to be connected with, you know, ribbon or a staple, whatever. And then it'll kind of just sit over it, you know, like that. So that was my idea with that, with doing something like that. Okay, so while this is drying, I wanted to, okay, well, I was sitting here talking to myself. I didn't even realize my phone shut off on me. And, I already got all this going here before I realized it. So, I will have to explain what I just did. So I took a scrap piece of paper that was roughly the size of my inside cover, and I just glued that down. And then I have a tea stain glassine bag, and I put that on here, and I just put tape on the bottom and up to right here, so that way we can do a pocket for here and a pocket for here. And I just said all this, but I'm trying to remember what all I said because it didn't get recorded. But You don't want to glue or tape all the way to the very top of the bag, because for some reason with glassine bags, it will, if you go all the way to the top, then whenever you're putting, you know, your stuff in there, it'll rip it up. Or I don't know why it does that, but if you go to put all your stuff in there, it kind of pulls, like, it'll do like this and start pulling on that side like that, and it'll just rip it. So what I've learned is if I just go about that far up and I leave it, then whenever I'm putting stuff in and out, it will stay and it won't rip the pages. So, okay, so now that all the time that I was talking and doing all that is gone, maybe what we should do is go ahead and put some pages in here before we continue moving along. So that way we can work on the rest of it. And I was thinking about just go ahead and using my little example set of pages here that I've been using. And I can show y'all an easy way. We're just going to do a three hole sewing in. It's really simple. You can use whatever string, yarn, anything that you have. Let me see. So what we're going to do, I have me just an old envelope thing here that I use for my pokey. And so you get them as roughly as straight as you can. Now, if you're going with different size pages and it doesn't need to be straight, that's fine. Actually, I'm going to make sure mine are right side up, because I didn't really pay that much attention if they were even all the right side. I think they are, but okay, I think we're good. Most of the time I don't do an even signature like this. Also, I think I said it in the last part, but a signature is just your group of pages. That's all it is. So whenever you hear someone say, you know, one signature page or one signature journal, it just means one set like this that's going to be sewn in. Or if it's a two signature, then you would make two sets like that, and then you would sew both of those in like that. And you go up however many, you know, however thick your spine is how many signatures that you can put in. Okay, so you're going to need something to poke on. You're going to need some kind of pokey tool. And I'm going to use, I have some wax thread. I got this at Hobby Lobby a long time ago. And usually what the rule of thumb is you want 3 times the length of whatever your pages are. So you would do about like this much. That's how I learned it. But you can just grab a bunch of it and then you know, just cut it off, and then I just hope it works. And usually I just make it work if it don't. Like if it's not enough, but it should be enough. Okay. So I got my string ready. I'm going to get my pokey here. So we're going to line them up. And I'm just going to go right, well, there's a string on there. Got fuzz on me. I'm just going to go right in the middle, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Just take your best guess. And that looks roughly in the middle to me. So you're going to poke a hole. And the pages will move on you. You can clip it or put a paper clip, or if you have some of these little clips or something. I usually don't worry about it, but sometimes it can make it a little easier. Okay, so then we need one more hole here and one more hole here. This is one of the easiest methods to bind your pages. And also, I need to decide, am I going to make this permanent or not? Because I need to put my holes in here too. Usually, okay, you know, I'll just explain the options, just in case if you don't know. So you can sew this now. We have our 3 holes, and we can sew this, and then you could use some pretty ribbon or some more string or whatever, and then put the signature in here. You know, like if this was it, you would put the signature in here like that, and then tie it around it and tie like a little bow, so that way you could interchange it. But we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and just make it permanent and sew it in. Which way is the upright? Okay, this is the upright one. So it's going to go in like that. So I should have clipped these all together, but I wasn't thinking it through. So what you're going to want to do before you poke your holes is you want to just clip it to your cover. Of like where you want them. I got so used to not making it, I've been making, all the journals I've been making, they have been removable. So I got into that habit. So I need to reline these up. See, this is why I don't like clips on mine. I know that it's easier for some people, but for me, I just like to adjust as I go, which is probably not the smartest way, but I feel like it just works better for me like that. I think everybody has their own preferred method. Okay, so I got my first one, and this is actually a good trick here. What you can do, what I like to do, is grab either extra of your sewing needles or like toothpick or something like that when you get your first hole, and slip it in that hole so they don't move on you, because the pages can start to twist and turn, and they'll get all wonky on you. And if you put something in that hole, it'll hold it for you while you're poking your other ones. See, these pages have already moved on me. Am I coming out of there? There we go. And I think what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to swap this one around. So this and this will hold that for me and keep my pages while I get my string in there. So, do I want my string on the inside or the outside? I think I'm just going to put it on the inside. I mean, it really doesn't matter. So, you're going to go in the middle hole. And you want to make sure you have some on either side long enough so that it doesn't come off of your needle. And don't go all the way through. So, you're going to hold enough of it so that you can make a knot and you can tie it when we're done. So we went through the middle. Now you can pick either one. I'm just going to go through this one right here. So I'm going through the bottom one. I might need to grab my little pliers. Okay, I'm just going to grab my pliers. It works better so I don't hurt my fingers to just have some little jewelry pliers to pull that needle through there. Okay, so in the middle, come out the bottom, skip the middle and go in the top. Okay, now you have this, and now we're going to go back through the middle. I think they moved. Oh, there we go. All right, and you see here, our original, like our tail is on this side, and then this one here is in the middle, and we want to go on the other side because that's where we're going to tie our knot. So you want to tighten it up. Now, look at that. I got way too much. So make sure it's really tight. And then you're going to make a knot. And that's why I like to use the wax thread, because it makes sure that it doesn't rip through the holes, and it just holds better. Like it has a stronger, like when you tie your knots, they're not going to come undone as easily, and it stays really taut. Like it's the string isn't going to loosen up on you over time. Well, trying to pick that up. I've got a mess going on. Okay, so I'm going to trim this. Now, you could leave your little dangles here and add some charms or, you know, whatever you want to it. You know what I'm going to do? I will just go ahead and leave it like that and see if I change my mind. You can always cut it short and you know, cut them completely off if you want to. I'm just going to leave it like that for now, or maybe I'll tuck them in until I decide if I want to add a charm or something to it. There we go. Okay, so we have our pages in. That was simple and that was easy. So now we just gotta keep on decorating. So we're gonna do the cover, the inside and the back cover. We'll do that one in the next video that we work on this, and we'll do the spine also. Yeah, I'll try to think up ahead of time a lot more stuff, so that way I can be a little more organized for y'all. It's really late at night. It's actually past midnight right now. Let me see. It is 1 o'clock in the morning, so I'm tired. So I can't really, like, I feel like I'm stumbling over my words and I'm not thinking properly. I'm really tired, but I really wanted to work on this some more and at least get, you know, the pages going and all of that, so we can start doing like the fun stuff. And again, I'm trying to keep it really simple though. I want this to be very beginner friendly. I want anyone to be able to put this together with whatever they, you know, have or can find around their house, magazines and stuff like that. Oh, and speaking of that, also I wanted to tell y'all, when I did the video of getting all the stuff together to do like a true junk journal with like trash thing, you know, not trash, but like things you would throw away and all that, like what like the original junk journals were. And I wanted to make that on a live with y'all, or start it on a live with y'all, because I thought that it would be boring doing it in a series of videos, because there is a lot of process to that. But I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and start on it anyway, because I don't edit my videos, and my husband's he's going to start trying to help me with editing and all of that. But at the same time, I feel like it's, you know, especially for beginners, or even not beginners, just people, just crafters that have never made like a true junk journal like that, because we make these more updated, you know, pretty ones. Like if there was videos like that for me when I first started, I feel like it would have been easier for me, like, to move along faster with learning stuff. But there really wasn't a whole lot of videos like that for me. Everybody edits everything out. They edit, you know, their thinking process. They edit, you know, gluing, taping, inking, all of that stuff gets edited out. But they also will edit out things that they think, you know, that you should just know it. But I didn't know any of it. You know, I was really new to crafting and doing anything at all. So I was really lost with a lot of things. So that's where I'm kind of torn. Like, I go back and forth. I don't want the videos to just be boring, but I also want them to be beneficial, you know, to people who need it, or, you know, who would like to learn, you know, just all those little things, like the whole process. So, and I personally like videos like that. I put them on when I'm in here crafting, and it's kind of like me and my friend is in here, because I'll put the video on and I want the whole thing. I want like an hour long, you know, hour and a half long video of crafting, and, you know, and they may do something in the video that inspires me or changes what I'm doing, and I start doing something because whatever they said sparked an idea for me. So me personally, I like that, but I know everybody, you know, doesn't like that. So I don't know. I'm torn on it, and I go back and forth on, you know, how I should do it. So if y'all have any thoughts or suggestions, if y'all want to give y'all's input on that, I would be grateful to know what y'all think and what y'all feel. So if y'all could let me know about that, because I have all the stuff ready. It's just sitting ready to go, but I don't want to start on it yet until I know what I need to do, or how, you know, how I need to do it. So yeah, okay. So I think that's all we're gonna do for this one. I know that it don't seem like a lot, but I already recorded about. My mind keeps going blank on me. I need to wrap this up. Oh, also, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get me a little tray, and I'm gonna keep the flowers and like all these little extra things. I'm gonna keep that so that I don't forget to come back and we can embellish and add a bunch of stuff to the cover whenever we are done. So, okay. I'll think of a few more things, and we'll come back and work on this, and I'm gonna stop rambling now. Oh, also, make sure you're subscribed, because YouTube has been deleting subscription thing. Like, people that are subscribed, they automatically are not subscribed anymore, and it's just a weird thing YouTube does. It does it to me too, to people I'm subscribed to. So make sure you check that, and give me a thumbs up if you like this, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.